Right then, still on crappy hotel Wi-Fi. Let's have another go at another daily. I'm sort of interchanging between either using a timer or not, and you know, I find it fun either way, so I don't know. If anybody cares, let me know. Right, we're in Germany somewhere at a railway station with intercity trains to well, actually, are these entirely Swiss locations? Maybe they're not entirely Swiss, but they do seem to be fairly consistently Swiss. Baden. I mean, is Baden the same as Baden-Baden, which is up in Germany somewhere? That's sort of up in here, isn't it? Anyway, there's Basel. ZCH, I guess, is Zurich. Enger. Zug. What is Zug gonna mean? Not sure. I'm pretty sure I saw Lausanne there. Bern, Lausanne, Geneva. So if this train is going Bern, Lausanne, Geneva, and then we've got another train that goes Zurich, Zug, Lucerne, then I think the train must be coming from up here somewhere. It's somewhere with an airport. Zurich Enger. I'm wondering whether this is Zurich, because it then goes airport Winterthur, and then we've got Zurich Enger, which could be a kind of station out. That sounds like, oh look, Zurich Enger, there's Enger. So is that going to be Zurich Enger train station? Maybe that's what that is. And then I'm wondering whether it's like a Zurich Central station, like Zurich HB, Hauptbahnhof, whatever that stands for. Because then the train would go from Zurich. I'm just going to pop the thing there so I don't lose it. Then it would go Zurich Enger, which is down here, and then Zug, and then Lucerne. And it would go, where's Efretikon? Is that between? Yeah, look. Efretikon, then Winterthur. Flughafen, Winterthur. Yeah, I think we're in Zurich Central Station. Or if not Zurich Central Station, then a train station in Zurich. I think this is close enough. In terms of when, my immediate thought is like 80s. It's pretty shoddy photo quality. This doesn't look super old. We're not in Davos, are we? I don't think we're in Davos. I'd be surprised if we are. Maybe it's a bit more recent than the 80s. Maybe it's sort of... I mean, this is an old board. This looks... Maybe let's say 1990. I might be... Nah, I don't know if it's... Maybe let's say 1985. Let's try 1985. 87. Oh, but it was the right station. Okay, 2 years off. How many meters are we? 300 meters. Yeah, I probably could have actually found the... Anyway, whatever. Not too bad. Right, this is in New Zealand. We're shooting Lord of the Rings, one of them, which I guess puts it somewhere in the region of like there. Somewhere in the early noughts. I mean, getting the location on this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't even know which island it was filmed on. I believe there is like a tourist resort there, or like near where they filmed nowadays. So just having a quick scan to see if I can see any reference to a Middle Earth / Hobbit related. I mean, I suppose there is a chance it's The Hobbit, which would be later. But I don't know. Let's go with early noughts. I think I'm reasonably happy with that timeline. I don't actually know. I can't remember exactly when they all came out, but gosh, pretty good name there. I mean, the law of averages suggests that it would be in on the South Island, I should say, because it's bigger. But then not really sure. I'm sure there's like a tourist resort, but maybe you got to, get in there pretty close to actually see it. Scientific reserve seems to be a pretty sort of protected area down here. So I don't know how much filming would be allowed. We're on a pretty narrow little creek, of which there seem to be absolutely tons. I think maybe let's just drop this about halfway up New Zealand and slightly kind of hedge. Or are we going to say sort of in there? Has that got some reasonable looking? I mean, it really does. Everywhere does. Rocks, creeks, whatever. Let's go with it. Oof. It was filming The Hobbit. It was later. Okay, not ideal. And it was quite a lot further south. So what's South Island? Has this got any evidence of... I mean, I'd be amazed if anyone got that without actually knowing. God, today is quite difficult. QR something Mex. So are we in Mexico? El Deporte. I mean, this does sound like it's in Spanish. Is that? Oh, that's a map of Mexico. So we're somewhere in Mexico. I don't know if we're going to get much more evidence than that. I mean, they've put this in the window, which suggests it's hot. Now, according to this, the hottest parts are down oh, hang on. So it's probably somewhere up. It's not showing all of Mexico in that map. I'm going to try and do this upside down. So it's basically it's kind of northern Mexico. So I mean, for lack of a better guess, should we say it's somewhere near kind of, what have we got? Trees, big white parking spot. So we want somewhere with sort of trees. That doesn't look very tree, does it? Where's got more trees than that? That's got trees. So this side over here seems to be a bit more verdant. But this over here looks pretty green as well. No, it really doesn't. All right, let's drop it in. Where was I? I was sort of over here, wasn't I? Is that where I was? Yeah, looks a bit more verdant over here, doesn't it? Okay, well, let's drop it somewhere near Monterey then. In terms of when, I mean, these cars are all looking pretty sort of 80s, I would say. Some older. But the shape of that car is saying 80s to me. So again, I don't know how right this is going to be, but let's go. I mean, the first one was 87, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't think there's any. Let's go early 80s. Let's go 19. Just wondering if there's any evidence on here. That says 88. I mean, if it's 88, I'll be really annoyed. But let's go 84. Oh, it was later. And it was quite far away. Ooh, this is not going very well. Okay. Well. Yeah, okay. Not ideal. 1992, gosh. Okay. Round 4. It's Nordic. Insatsleder. What on earth is going on here? What on earth is this? Okay, so we've got a giant painting. We've got a fire going on. Okay, Stotterfond. Do we think Stotterfond might be a place? I'm immediately thinking maybe Denmark. Not entirely sure. But look, Dansk. Yeah, I think we're in Denmark. I think we must be in Denmark. So let's just scan Denmark for a place called Stotterfond. Is this all Denmark? Or is that... No, that's Sweden. Right, okay, fine. Stotterfond. If there's no place called Stotterfond that we can find, perhaps we'll just go for Copenhagen. but maybe we'll be in luck. Den AP molluska. Maybe stop. Is it possible that it's a kind of suburb of Copenhagen? Sometimes that's how these things work out. Getting kind of deja vu here. I feel like I was just scanning Copenhagen about 24 hours ago. What other clues do we have in this picture? Og something. What does that say? Dawson. Does that say Dawson? Or Borson or something? Got this building with a green roof. I don't think we're gonna have much luck with the old satellite view, but maybe there's a chance. Just I feel like it's kind of near a railway station, but I don't know. I thought for a moment this green roof was that, and then this roof was that, but it's not that, sadly. We've got some green roofs here, but I don't see any evidence of these sort of that burning church, or the building that would have been the burning church. So I don't think that's it either. There's a spire. It's got a kind of green. I think we might just have to plonk this down somewhere in Copenhagen and hope for the best. Like somewhere near these various green. That's a spire, green roof, big place. I'm not 100% convinced, but let's just drop it down here. And then in terms of the timing, fairly recent. I think maybe if I switch back onto this, I can see the names of things. So I can just have a quick scan to see if I can see this Borson name somewhere. May as well have a quick hunt. No, nothing is jumping out. So I think maybe we just... I mean, as always, I might just be completely missing it under my nose, but I think this is the best guess we're going to get, and I think we're around about sort of... do the usual mask check. This gear looks reasonably modern. Hard to tell. That Batman. It's not the Batman. I can't figure out which, if that's like one of the films or... There was one called The Batman quite recently, but I don't think it's that. But then, I don't know what else it would be. Well, it's something else. Let's go 2020. I'm really struggling to date this one. This is all going terribly. All right, let's just go 2022. It was 2024, but I was bloody close. It's bloody close. Okay, all right, fine. That's quite a good location guess. We've got to do very well on this to even break 40k, which I don't think we will, but never mind. It's been fun anyway. Anthony's Waffle Shop. Remember Pearl Harbor. Well, we know it's post Pearl Harbor. Gosh, this is another pretty challenging one. I don't know if this is like a 10 as in 10-year thing. In other words, would it be sort of 1951 or 2 or whatever the 10-year anniversary of Pearl Harbor? I mean, that sort of lines up. Looks pretty old, this. We've got some folks. Oh, God. I'm not sure whether this is a sort of Native American thing or a kind of Mexican thing. Is that bad? Not sure. All right. Early 50s feels a little bit early for this, but not to worry. And I'm not going to scour America for Anthony's Waffle Shop, so I think we just need to make an educated guess here. These flags, I don't know. They look like French or Italian or something to me, because it's kind of Mexican, but they don't have the motif in the middle to make them Mexican flags. So I'm wondering whether that motif was added later. Gosh, this is tough. Very tough. I think I've absorbed about as many clues from this thing as I possibly can. These balloons, I mean, how far back do balloons go? I mean, it's sort of blimp shaped. Those go back for ages, so not sure. We might just have to put it somewhere in the southern parts of the US. We've got a few hats. They don't look like proper big old Texan cowboy hats. But certainly we're in an era when all the men are in hats. Tough one. Maybe we'll go once again for a kind of settlement near the border, like somewhere like El Paso, but I mean, is that about halfway along? It's kind of as good a hedge as any, because we're about halfway along the border. Again, I don't know what the significance is of these flags and so on, but are we happy with that? Early 50s as a kind of memorial, or like decade-ish on from Pearl Harbor, which I think was actually 1941, but I'm not sure. Tough one. Let's say 51. Make it a decade on from when I'm fairly sure Pearl Harbor was. And then the location is a complete wild guess. Yeah, we were pretty far away. Oh, and it was immediately in... Oh, right. Okay, wow. Right. I mean, how anybody... I got that it was close to the border, I guess. I got that it was after Pearl Harbor, but I didn't realize it was so immediately after Pearl Harbor. Anyway, all right, not a very good day. That is awful. But it was hard. That I probably could have got a bit closer if I'd stopped to think about it. That's difficult. Very few clues here. That I was very happy with. Not perfect on the year, but not too bad. Some of these years. Oh well. Probably my worst. But, better luck next time, I guess.